Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's Man City versus West Ham, but let's see. Let's see if City can give us a comfortable evening because we thought the same against Burnley, City Burnley. It was 1-1, frustrating. Against Leeds, we thought the same thing, but it was again a nervy match. So this season, there's especially this season, there are no easy games in the Premier League. Arsenal found that against even Wolves, which they should have. Actually, Wolves deserved a point from that game. Even big Arsenal fans are saying that. So I mean, it's interesting to see how Ryan Cherky performs against literally teams that will park the bus. I think he hasn't faced a team that literally Crystal Palace was close to that, but Crystal Palace wasn't actually a team that exactly parked the bus. Ryan Cherky, Tijani Reinders making those runs. Ryan Cherky, I think it was a toss up between Savinho and Tijani Reinders. I think those runs are the reason why Pep Guardiola has those late runs are the reason why Pep Guardiola has played Reinders over Savinho. He's literally gone with 4-3. It's almost triangle shaped front three, at least exact. At least when you look at about that on paper, it's interesting. I mean, in the absence of Doku, how is going with literally no worth, and Foden are always a threat on the counter attack. We understand that. Erling Haaland has made a great run out wide. He just could not pick out the final pass. The run from Haaland was fantastic there. He just could not pick out the right pass. Paqueta, Bowen, Matheus Fernandes playing well for them. So West Ham have quality. I know they're at the bottom of the table, but they do have quality West Ham. So interesting to see how. I think West Ham will be looking at moments when how and when do you release Bowen? There was a ball onto Haaland, but Phil Foden declined it. Bernardo Silva, the midfield is literally strong. Maybe Ryan does complain, you would complain a little bit of getting used to the physicality of the league, but other than that, the midfield is absolutely perfect. Nico, Bernardo Silva, this is excellent. And Erling Haaland scores. It's 1-0. Erling Haaland starts the tradition. It's 1-0. Good goal from Erling Haaland. He's taken the first one a bit casually, but he'll know that. He's the type of player who will realize after that first miss kick, that's not what you need to do. That's not what you need to do. And he's made amends for that, but Phil Foden, Erling Haaland there again. That pass by Nico Gonzalez to find Foden in the pockets, exceptional. It's very good. But then that pass by Nico Gonzalez just opened everything up. Erling Haaland, the only people who will be annoyed with that finish of Erling Haaland are, of course, Pep Guardiola and also the people who play fantasy because I don't think Phil Foden gets that assist. I think this narrow system suits City really well. But then Doku provides you another kind of a threat, so it will be interesting. O'Reilly is down. I hope it's not something serious, but O'Reilly is down. Till then, we'll go and check what's happening in the other games as well. Do we have any? No, I think this. Of course, it's just the 6th minute, 7th minute. I just think I just think there are no goals, obviously. But Newcastle Chelsea was actually very good. Good to see Nico O'Reilly is all right. Nathan Ake is warming up if needed to be, but good to see. I mean, left back is something which doesn't concern me as much because yes, Aitnauri is out, but still Guardiola can play. Then Guardiola was one of the best left backs in the division 2 seasons ago, and probably last season as well. He was even though City was bad, he had a couple of goals and assists. He was one of the best at left back in the league for 2 seasons running Guardiola. So Ake can play there, Guardiola will play there, and at centre back you have Kushano, you have Ake to cover up, you have John Stones will be coming back in a week or so. So I don't think the left back is a bit of as much a worry as people might be make it out to be, but and 1-0 is always a dangerous scoreline. We need to get the next and the next. West Ham will be happy with 1-0 to be honest. West Ham will be happy with 1-0 as long as as long as it's 1-0, West Ham will be happy because they know that at the end 10-15 minutes to go they can come all out attack on City. In fact, Premier League teams like Leeds are they're being happy with 2-0 going into the last 15-20 sort of minutes. I mean, Wolves were confident going 1-0 in the last 5-10 minutes against Arsenal. So that's how the mindset of the teams have changed. Ryan Sharkey, that's his master. That should have been an assist for Ryan Sharkey there. That was on a plate for Erling Haaland. Ryan Sharkey. Wow. That was on a plate for Erling Haaland. I just don't know how he's missed that. Open header. He's just got it all wrong. His header against Crystal Palace was superb. He should have. He's looking a bit rusty today. Yes, he's got that goal, but it should have been 2-0 in all honesty. Pep knows. Pep will not be happy with this. Pep knows it should have been 2-0 City. West Ham are trying to play out from the back as well. This should be interesting. It should have been 2-0. Pep knows it. Haaland knows it. Looked a bit rusty, looking a bit rusty today. They finished with first goal as well in this. That is most probably as easy a header as a forward will get in the Premier League. Wonderful cross by Sharky again. Tijani Reinders finding Ryan Sharky in space. Ryan Sharky has the entire right side to him. He's just holding that with brilliantly there. The thing is, he can cross into the box well, which just means that that is superb there. Ah, Nunez should have done well. It was almost an easy dribble for Matthews Nunez. He should have done well. Can he cross? Haaland should have had that second goal. Ah, City are looking in the mood here, except for Haaland, who's slightly rusty, like I've said. Bernardo Silva, Ryan Cherki again. He can literally find anyone. Ryan Cherki is that good. Nico Riley. Reinders does extremely well, and it's a corner for City. Well done to Reinders. That should have gone out earlier. Well done to Reinders. City should get the second as soon as possible because we know Bowen is extremely dangerous. He can literally hurt you. Ah, the ref's given it as a goal kick, but Guardiola thinks it's another corner for City. But set pieces have been better. Set pieces have been better in the last 2 3 matches. Guardiola's as big a talent and a threat as Gabriel in corners. I think it's better than Gabriel in corners. People might not like it, but I personally feel Josko Guardiola is better than Gabriel on corners, to be honest. He's an absolute power header. Nico Riley, there's a pass on out wide. There's a pass on out wide, but there's that pass on out wide. I don't know why they're not choosing that pass on out wide to Ryan Cherky, which is an out ball, and then he can make your runs into the box. West Ham at 2-0 up against Aston Villa, and Villa came back to win 3-2. So West Ham can score goals. You might focus on the fact Villa scored 3, but I'll also focus on the fact that West Ham scored 2. West Ham are playing well at the back. I mean passing between the back three and the CDM, but other than that, it's in that's a foul, and that's a foul on Matthews Nunes, and it's a free kick. I think it's only scars with the foul. Let's check if there've been any goals or something in the other matches that those are going on. There's nothing in the other matches, to be honest. It's 0-0 everywhere. It's just 1-0 here. Bit of an erratic passing. Josko Guardiola. That's a throw in for West Ham. It's a foul on Guardiola, but that's a throw in for West Ham. But I don't know why. Haaland's finishing was rusty, and now passing is also erratic. Are we taking this game too lightly or what? Remember what happened in that Leverkusen game. Pep is not happy. Pep is absolutely not happy. Erratic passing. Haaland should have made it 2-0. Circuit as well, but Summer will trying to run, but City recover, and I think we need to calm down a bit. The tempo has just been a bit too fast for me, to be honest. It is. I mean, we are not. We're just playing the game in one tempo. We are not slowing the game down. Sitting West Ham down on the edge of our box, and then you know try and open them up. I think that is how the template of the game needs to go. But just seems that we want to have a frantic pace from the start, and especially in this game. So I don't think that's that. I think that suits West Ham more because they'll then be looking for fast turnovers and all and that sort of stuff. That's a good ball out to Matthews Nunez, and now there's Ryan Cherky who's waiting out wide. Cherky does well. Bowen just cannot go anywhere. He's just surrounded by City players. He has to pass it back. West Ham have kept the ball well. Lucas Paqueta is such a good ball retainer under pressure. He's absolutely a great ball retainer under pressure, Lucas Paqueta. West Ham dominating position at the Etihad now. City will not be that unhappy like Pep would be a few seasons ago, to be honest. Nothing at all in all the other matches. It's just there are five, six matches going on, and it's just one goal scored after 19 sort of minutes have gone. That's a throw into West Ham. West Ham have grown into this game. The first 5 10 minutes they were tentative. Haaland should have scored the second, but after that it's all been West Ham. Pep will not be happy with this. Pep will not be happy with this at all. How it's actually going. That's a good leg in there by Ruben Diaz. West Ham are pressing us. That's what the tempo. Bernardo Silva needs to control the tempo in there. No one's controlling the tempo. That's what I'm feeling. It's just one rhythm, which is not how you play the football. I mean, play football matches. It's Ryan Sharkey. That's a good ball, and Nunez needs to cross. That's a corner. Well done. Nunez can always cross at every opportunity because we've seen it against Crystal Palace. His range is just outstanding on the right hand side. Phil Foden with the corner. Let's see, Randers took a decent one. Nothing special about it, but now was a tough one. To be honest, the centre back was on Josko Guardiola was absolutely tough one for Josko Guardiola. To be honest, and it was off the West Ham defender, so it's another corner. I want Ryan Cherky to take corners from the opposite side. This is a poor corner again. Very poor corner. It's Ryan Cherky. But the delivery, I don't know why Nunez doesn't take corners for us from one side. He's not particularly tall as well. He's 5'11", I think, if I'm not wrong, or maybe 6 feet 1. So I think can afford him to take corners. His crossing is so good. Nunez, Ryan Cherky. West Ham are happy to keep this at 1-0, so that's not what we want. This should not lure us into a false sense of safety, to be honest. Bernardo Silva. Ah, Reinders will get to that. The cross was good, but it's just, I think it just was a bit ahead of Erling Haaland. Good defending by West Ham because Shirky shimmied one way and then went the other. I think it was Lucas Paqueta again. And now West Ham are on the run. They found Gerard Bowen there, and that's great defending there from Josko Guardiola. This is the danger. This is the absolute danger. Them connecting with Gerard Bowen. What's happening today? There are absolutely no goals at all in any of the other Premier League matches except this one. One goal here. After Chelsea Newcastle 2-2, I thought this will be a goal rush Saturday, whatever the hell they call it on Sky, but West Ham are dominating the possession here. But City won't be too unhappy with that because this is not the Pep of old, because he knows that City can absolutely smash West Ham on the counters. That on the counter that is excellent there from Nico Gonzalez, and City move forward. Yes, we are controlling the tempo of the game much better now than early on. We will get chances. That's the thing. We will get chances. Bernardo Silva has to find Ryan Cherky with all the space on the right hand side. That's excellent there. The cross could have been a little bit better. Nico Riley does well there. Nico Riley has to find a pass. He does. I thought Nunez could maybe have delivered it a little bit better. Ah, was an impossible angle for Erling Haaland there. The great Erling Haaland as well cannot do anything from that angle, to be honest. Wonderful there from Matthews Nunez. Nico Riley. I know what Gerard Bowen's shouting for, but Ryan Cherky. That's what I think they want to do a similar thing like they did against Palace, play everything on the left and suddenly switch to the right. That's it. And then facilitate across. And I'm still tensed about this game. That's a throw in for City. Nothing at all in any of the other games. That too, the finish was, I mean, not a good one by Haaland, but fortuitously it fell for him. It fell for him again, and then he finished it off the weaker foot, of his right foot. Ryan Sherky, Tijani Reinders, Sherky again. That's a foul. The referee says no foul, but Josko Guardiola has been brilliant around Gerard Bowen. Wow, he's just been unflustered. Haaland's not at it today. Just look at it. Haaland's absolutely not at it today. The spaces on the flanks. The spaces on the flanks. I maybe think Pep would be thinking maybe Savinho would have been a better option probably because all the spaces on the flanks. He's got it wrong today, Pep. Here, I don't mind care about the score line and everything, but he's got it wrong. No goals at all again anywhere but Ryan Sharkey puts it out. I don't think he need to even put it out to be honest. It's a West Ham throw, but West Ham are obliged to give it back to us. It has to be 2-0. You read the commentary everywhere and everyone is writing it has to be 2-0. That was such an easy chance for Erling Haaland that he just put it out. But anyway, Nunez does well there. Good defending from Nunez. 30 minutes. I mean, we got the first goal in the 7th minute. Pep will not be happy with this at all. I thought this would be an enjoyable afternoon here, but honestly, I think City will give us quite a nervy one. Bernardo Silva, Tijani, Josko Guardiola. Great diagonal from Josko Guardiola. What? It's about Sherky. The idea was right. The idea was right. That's the thing you're waiting for. Switch. Have a winger out wide and then switch. I'm just wondering. I think if he would have played Semenyo, the width would be on both the sides, and that would mean West Ham would not have been able to stuff the center as much as they're doing now. I think Pep's got it wrong. This is on Pep. Yes, Haaland's finishing must be good, and I mean has to. It's rusty and all, but Pep's got this wrong. I think he needed to play Savinho today instead of Reinders. Pep's got it wrong. Still no goals anywhere. Wow. I don't know what the hell. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? This is absolutely. I have a rusty feeling about this. I do not have a good feeling about this. That's a free kick for City, but Phil Foden's just out of the game after that first 5-10 sort of minutes. West Ham have just stuffed the entire mid. I think you need a left winger here to maintain the width. Tactically, it's just not happening with Reinders, to be honest. Nothing on Reinders, but tactically, West Ham is just stuffing the middle. This one of the boring first halves, I would say, this season. That's a foul in favor of West Ham. One of the more boring first halves. I think in the Premier League in a Premier League game week, the first game was good, but after that, there's no goals for 34 minutes in any of the games. I mean, we have one goal here. That's it. When did this happen the last time? Tactically, I think Pep needs to introduce that left winger. It ain't working out. I'm sorry. Randers does well there. Randers does absolutely well there, and it's Phil Foden does well there. Escape the pressure. Ah, Bernardo Silva. Magasa does well, to be honest. Shirky's taken five West Ham players out with that pass. I think he's not making for people for fun. Good strike from Reinders there, but that's a corner for City. Shirky's playing absolutely brilliantly here. He should have had an assist, but still no goals. Wow. Any of the matches. This is interesting. 12 Foden with the corner and he takes. That's another corner. Did the referee give a goal kick or what? I think it's a goal kick. In all honesty, Phil Foden needs to take those corners better. He's been shit from corners. His free kicks have been okay, have been good, but his corners have not been good at all. That's a throw in for City. Pep will be very unhappy if we go in 1-0. Pep would at least be expecting one more goal. Look at it, when you drag West Ham to one side, they're completely exposed. On the other side, I think Savinho is the answer to that. Ryan Cherky does exceptionally well to get there. Ryan Cherky. And Tijani Reiner scores! Tijani Reiner scores! Wow! Was it a Haaland assist or was it a Cherky assist? That is the only question. But Tijani Reiner scores. Pep is not happy. You can see Pep is not happy with the football we played. But he would be even more unhappy if we went 1-0 up. Only 1-0 up. Pep at least thinks that we need. Yeah, Pep at least it's fair on him to expect two goals at least. Cherky, it's assist from Erling Haaland to Tejani Reinders, but everything there was about Ryan Cherky. There, Haaland might have his name, but everything was about Ryan Cherky there. Everything was about Ryan Cherky there. Erling Haaland with the assist, and Tejani Reinders racking up the goals now. Good finish. Third goal this season. No goals everywhere else. No goals anywhere else. All the matches are nil-nil. It's just City 2-0 up against West Ham. I think it's a yellow card for Gerard Bowen there. Interesting. I think Haaland's already got how many assists? Four assists maybe this season. Pep would be unhappy with a loss of a clean sheet, to be honest. That's excellent defending there from Matthews Nunes. Wonderful from Matthews Nunes. That is very interesting. I've never seen a Premier League season, a Premier League weekend like game week like this where, except our game, that all of there are five people play. I mean, five games, other games going on, and everything is stuck at nil-nil. Wow. Erling Haaland, Ryan Cherky. The space for all. Foden just fucked that ball up. Foden should have played it well. It was such an easy ball as well to play. It wasn't a difficult one. Foden needed to play that. One more goal, and I think we can then expect West Ham to come forward. Even at 2-0, I think they'll think last 20 minutes we'll try to score one and then we'll see if we can get another. But three goals, they'll have to come out and attack. That's an excellent touch, and I think Foden needs to. It's just behind Erling Haaland there. Just behind Erling Haaland there, that one. Ah, West Ham are looking to attack. I think one more goal before the break and it will break them. Let us just pounce on them. One more goal before the break. Come on, guys. One more before the break, and that's it. That's a foul. Honestly, no goals in any other games. What the hell is going on, guys? In all the other games? Wow. I think there'll be at least 2 minutes of added time. That's a great ball there. Reinders has to give it back to Sherky. Diaz, Bernardo Silva. Great switch to Nico Riley. Nico Riley has to drive. Is done well to find Phil Foden. Get Phil Foden cross. Ah, Nico Riley. I think you have to put a ball into the box now. Is they're recycling it again? I thought Nico Riley maybe could have put a ball into the box. That's a foul by Nico O'Reilly and Kyle Walker Peters. I think O'Reilly had a chance to put a ball into the box much earlier. Lucas Paqueta, I think he will get his customary yellow card. Pep will be reasonably happy, but Pep knows it could easily have been 3-0. Could easily have been 3-0. Should have been 3-0 in fact. Pep knows it, Pep Linders knows it. Callum Wilson and Gerard Bowen and Summerwell. West Ham's front three have typically been ineffective in this match, but I don't know. This match is almost like on a Sunday you wake up late and you want to stay in bed till late. So I think that's how this match is feeling. Bit This is feeling like a bit lazy holiday morning match. That's how it's feeling on an extremely slow pace, bit rusty. Still, our boys getting the job done. The weekend, in fact, is feeling like that. I don't know why. And the referee blows the whistle. It's 2-0. It's 2-0, but we were rusty. But we were rusty. We were absolutely rusty. Haaland's first goal was rusty. Haaland should have put us 2-0 ahead. It had to go in. I don't know how. He missed that Cherky's cross. And then Reinders eventually put us 2-0 up. No goals in any of the other games. Absolutely no goals in this Premier League game week. No goals at all in this Premier League game week. Just this match. Let's check what's going on. Absolutely nothing in this game week. I mean, nothing much to say. Honestly, we were rusty. We were rusty again. This entire game week, except that the Newcastle Chelsea game was that pace was something else. But honestly, these 4-5 games have been very underwhelming. I would say. In fact, even our game, yes, we've had 2 goals. And there have been no goals in the other games. It almost feels like a lazy Sunday morning. That's it. Where you want to stay in bed late. That is how it's actually feeling. Everywhere it's nil nil. Excuse me, like some water. There's a lot of speculation regarding Pep Guardiola leaving in the uh, leaving next summer, but he has a contract here. I don't know why. I know you know what Athletic told in case I've read the entire piece by Athletic. I've gone through that headline, and what the Athletic says, in case Pep Guardiola leaves, City are preparing contingencies. and that they do every season because you just know Pep is Pep. So I mean, every club has their backup managers in mind. Every club has their backup managers in mind. So that's okay. And Athletic, they almost made the headline that Fabrizio Romano and everyone reported almost that Maresca is at the top of the list, and not Maresca was one of the managers in the list. It's not obviously the top of the list. So that was what was dominating all of the weekend's headlines. But I think Semenyo is an interesting thing. Fabrizio Romano reported yesterday that Anton Semenyo was 65 million pounds. Active from January the 1st after the window opens to January the 10th, and City and United are the two main are the two main front runners for it. Let's see the goals. Nico Gonzalez was the creator of this. Yes, Foden might not even get that assist because Haaland missed that first attempt, but it was Nico Gonzalez. Just look at Nico Gonzalez there and the movement of Phil Foden almost. I mean, the pass from Nico Gonzalez was outstanding. And then Haaland actually was a bit too casual with his first effort. Had to finish that. Top Premier League scorers, 4 and 7. Anton Semenyo 7, Erling Haaland 18. Just imagine we get Anton Semenyo in the winter transfer window, then you literally have two of your wingers slash midfielders, two of your other players who play in the midfield also in the top sort of in the top five Premier League scorers, which is very very interesting. Reinders could easily have been in there. This is all Ryan Sherky. This all is Ryan Sherky, and Reinders does very well. But Sherky literally took out four West Ham players to get Ryan Sherky there. Once he's in the box, they just cannot do anything to him. And just look at Ryan Sherky there. Wonderful there from Ryan Sherky. Just imagine adding Semenyo to this attacking lineup. Could easily be Semenyo Doku with Sherky Ford and Nico Gonzalez. Wow. And also Reinders as well. Reinders' third goal, he could have easily scored 8 till this point in the Premier League. He's missed some sitters. He's missed one against United. He's missed one against Sunderland when it was in Marmoush against Sunderland. I don't know, but he missed one against United. He when he sent through on goal, he missed one against Fulham when it was easy. At least he should have had two, or at least he should have had three goals more. I would say the Johnny Reinders to take him to six. It's amazing. So Anton Semenyo is the big transfer news. I think City will go all out for Semenyo. The problem, I think it's Semenyo's choice if he wants to go to United. So can he? Because we have always seen at this club, we go for a player, and if we do not get that player, generally the player refuses us or whatever. Generally, the alternative we get generally turns out to be world class. So if we don't get Semenyo, so be it. A lot of people are telling I'm sorry, a lot of people are telling get a backup for Nico Gonzalez. But the problem is you want a backup who can play Nico Gonzalez's role in the system, which itself is very hard. And you also want that player to settle for being the third best after Rodri returns. Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, and that player. So now tell me which player is there in the world who would be happy to be third in the pecking order at City, and also who has the capability to play central midfield CDM in Pep Guardiola's team. No, I just think that's asking for bloody too much. Coming up second half, like they're telling goal rush, but it's all been nil-nil except this game. Look at Tijani Reinders there. If we can give him the confidence to finish, wow. I've seen some of his clips at Milan, and he was a very very good finisher, but I just don't know what happened. He has messed up some easy chances this season. You could probably say first season, and there's just this notification I got on One Football. Shocking stat sums up how boring it's been at the Molineux. Wolves versus Brentford. They're saying Wolves and Brentford would be on course for one of the worst joint Premier League performances in recent memory. Across the dire opening 45 minutes at Molineux. No shots for the first 30-second minute. Not on target, off target. Absolutely no shot till the 32nd minute. And they say that effort from Andre of Wolves on the 32nd minute was the longest wait for an attempted shot in a Premier League fixture since December 2019 when Southampton hosted Crystal Palace in St Mary's. 7 years back. The problem with Semenyo United is they've already got Mbumo, they've already got Cunha. If Semenyo goes there, where does Semenyo play? On the left, on the right? I don't imagine them playing him as a striker. So if he plays on the right, where does Mbumo play? And if he plays on the left, where does Cunha play? You would say Cunha plays strike, Semenyo, and then Mbumo. Then what happens to Ahmad Diallo? What happens to Mason Mount? What happens to Benjamin Sesko? So I don't think United fans will be unhappy with another attacker. With City, there's a vacancy on the right wing, also on the left wing whenever Doku is absent. Yes, Mamouche is there, but Semenyo can get more chances at City. I think he'll be a starter at City on the right hand side. I think Pep will play Doku, Semenyo, Haaland. Doku, Haaland, Semenyo. Wow, what a front three that will be. With Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, and Ryan Cherky. Wow. I mean that notification said how boring it's been, but it's just in this game week's been like that. I don't know why. It's one of the most boring game weeks. At least till this point, this year's Tottenham Liverpool. Newcastle Chelsea was good. Tottenham Liverpool's there. And then I think Everton play Arsenal. Look at Savinho and Paquetá as Brazil teammates as well. I think this game, yes, Reinders scored the goal, but I still think this game was calling out for a right winger. I know Pep is playing with, the wingers, sorry, the fullbacks providing width, but I don't know, I think it would have been even more difficult for West Ham if Pep used Savinho on the left wing. Just hope this half, not just in this match, but in this match, let's hope City score goals, but in the other matches as well. Let's hope uh, there are goals. Nico Gonzalez has been magnificent. Just, I mean, the first goal was just Phil Foden made that final pass to Haaland, but it was Nico Gonzalez who opened everything up. Here we go for the second half. They're naming it as the festive fixtures. A great cross, that one. Matthews Nunez, Phil Foden. Guardiola's been magnificent. I mean, once Man City start playing that rondo, I think it will be very difficult for West Ham to get the ball. They played a rondo against Brentford, and it was almost impossible for Brentford the other midweek to get the ball of them. So Donnarumma, that's a foul on Matthews Nunez. You look at Somerville and you're like, at least by looking at him, he has to be one of the more unlikable players. That's a great block, and that's a fantastic block. That's a chance for Matthews Fernandez. That this has woken the game up. Donnarumma does something every match. I don't know why he does that. Look at that Summerwell. It's Bernardo Silva, in fact. Donnarumma. Great save from Donnarumma there. Fantastic. I mean, great save from Donnarumma there. I thought it was a block initially, but that save from Donnarumma was outstanding. Yes. What a save. What a save from Donnarumma that is. This is what makes you sometimes think is even 2-0 safe, but it has to be honest. I mean, City are coming off a couple of clean sheets. Sunderland was 3-0, Crystal Palace was 3-0. So we have in fact not conceded in the last two games. We have not felt exactly solid, but we have not conceded because against Sunderland, Shaka hit the post, and Crystal Palace Pino should have scored. Wharton hits the post, and here that was the chance. So it's not that we have been solid, but two games we have not conceded a goal. In fact, in all competitions, if you check, I think three games are not considered a goal. If you did Carabao Cup against Brentford as well, but anyways. Ah, that was a chance. That was a chance. There was not much pace in the cross. That's how it looks like it. And anyway, I think it would have been a bit offside. Would have been a tight call, I think. But anyways, there was no pace on the cross as well. Circuit as well. Reinders. Last minute he loses it. Diaz does well there. Diaz has just looked solid. He's almost returned into that levels of pre-COVID Diaz, or even the COVID season Diaz where he was just exceptional. Ryan Cherky, just a little bit ahead of him. But the chance which Ollie had, was it Ollie Scarlett? Yes. So Ollie Scarlett had. It's just a reminder to City that the game's not over. Fulham game, for example, is a reminder to City that it's not yet over at all. Need to be extremely careful not to turn a lazy afternoon like against Burnley into something extraordinary and tense for fans. Sorry, against Leeds. In fact, I think Somerville is offside there. Good offside trap. We have been playing the offside trap exceptionally well this season. I mean, traditionally, City have been a team under Pellegrini, not much under Mancini probably, but under Pellegrini and Pep, where our offside trap has always been very, very good. Donnarumma is growing in confidence with his feet as the game weeks go by, which is very, very good to see. Josko Guardiola, there's a ball on to Phil Foden there. Will he play it? No, I think he goes for the safe Nick O'Reilly ball, and O'Reilly can cross it up, but Ryan Cherky. That's again a good ball. Touch from Foden's been good. The ball's just probably a bit on the far side for Nick O'Reilly, and he's offside anyway. Uh, Foden probably could have released that ball a bit more earlier for O'Reilly, but yeah. Still no goals in any of the games. Wow. What a game week this has been, literally. Again, a reminder of why the game's not yet over. Look at it again, a bit of a mistake from Nunez there. Bowen could have easily scored there. Bowen could have easily scored. Mistake there from Nunez, just a bit. We have to score the third, seal this off. That's a free kick to City. City are being a bit tentative here, to be honest. We need to regain control of this game. Reinders does absolutely brilliantly there. Good from Ryan Sharkey. This a ball on to O'Reilly. Just there, Phil Foden. Can Phil Foden? Erling Haaland. Ryan Sharkey. Ah! Touch from Ryan does. Gerard Bowen is on here. Nico Riley, Nico Riley. And his put it wide. Bowen's had two clear cut chances here. City are just surviving here. This is a game in which you have been truly bad, Hal and Rusty. And Bowen's running from his own half. O'Reilly doesn't get tight to him because knows Bowen can go either way. But I think O'Reilly needs to be tighter. O'Reilly needs to be absolutely tighter. It's not an easy finish. Anyway, it's not an easy finish, but I think O'Reilly needs to be much more tighter to Bowen. That's what we have not been good in this game. You can just sense something might happen here. That's a good block. Sharky needs to. This is it's offside. This has shades of that Fulham game. It's just that Fulham took Summerwell as always being offside, but it's still no goals anywhere. This is I don't know what this is. Nico Riley. It just seems we need to score the third. Nico Gonzalez. Good ball in there. Good ball in there to Phil Foden. O'Reilly has to give it back to Foden as well. Bernardo Silva. West Ham have just cut off the access to Haaland and Sharkey here. We need to find one of Haaland and Sharkey. Ah, good ball there, but just above Erling Haaland. Good try by Nico Gonzalez, to be honest. This is excellent from Ryan Sharkey. Ah, remember the game against Leeds where they scored quick two goals, so anything can happen. Need to be extremely careful here. Sharkey's just been winning balls back absolutely brilliantly there. Ah! Immediately he's played that pass to Haaland, but decision was right. It was just good defending. Nico Riley. Riley does well. Just control the tempo of the game. That's all. Ah, almost the ball to find Erling Haaland there. Haaland's making those runs. One ball. Nunez needs to be switched on here. Nunez needs to be switched on. He's almost made. He's made a mistake for the shot that Bowen got away and hit into side netting. So he's That's a good pass into Guardiola. Yasko Guardiola has made that one into the midfield. Ah! Sat up for Phil Foden. Very hard technique, honestly, but it's done well. Please try. Good phase of play from City. Nico Riley. No goal still. I mean, this is interesting. Ulis Carlos is down. Pep is definitely not happy because West Ham have had chances. Nico Gonzalez has been learning a lot through this experience, seriously. Don't wish injury on anyone, but due to Rodri's absence, Nico Gonzalez, what a year it has been for him. Hugo Viana, I think, speaking with Khaldun and Ferran Soriano. The game's not done yet, even in the slightest. That's a mistake from Ariola. That's a throw into City. The game's. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit tense now. Tension is creeping up to me. West Ham are ready to make their first change. Pep has not yet suggested any substitutions, but you know what Pep will make. Savinho in place of Reinders is the most obvious one. Or probably he will not take out Phil Ford, and I'm thinking because there's an entire week off after this fixture for City, if I'm not wrong. Savinho is getting ready. Kushano is getting ready. This is interesting. Kushano is getting ready. Sorry, Rico Lewis is getting ready. I thought it was Kushano, but Rico Lewis is getting ready. In fact, Kushano, I mean, is making three substitutions. Rico Lewis, Kushano, and Savinho. Interesting. Phil Foden. Nico Riley, I think City. I'll be very surprised if we take Sharky off because Sharky is the one player who can keep the ball under pressure. We can expect a huge West Ham press to be coming now in the next 5-10 minutes. So, I think we need Sharky here to keep the ball a bit more. keep the ball a bit more, just control the rhythm of the game. Bernardo Silva, I think that is why he's getting Rico Lewis in, but I'll be surprised if he takes out Sherky and Bernardo. I think Foden is the one who's going for sure. Ryan Sherky. Ah! That's not a penalty, Nico, but good cross. Maybe a little bit high for Nico Riley there. I don't think VR is going to give it, but Walker Peters is just riding a thin line. Barrage of substitutions for City. Oh, Brentford scores at last against Wolves, and it's Lewis Potter. They were showing that Reinders substitute Reinders goal, and for a moment I thought he'd scored again. Sharky goes off. This is interesting. Sharky goes Nico Gonzalez goes off. Wow. Which means Nunez is playing central midfield. Wow. That's what I think. Yes. I will just confirm. But Kushner has come to right. Yes. Donnarumma does well there. Diaz, in fact, does well there to cover Gerard Bowen up. Haaland wasn't switched on for it, but Guardiola does well. For a moment, I thought he wasn't aware of the presence of Bowen, but Bowen gets it back again. I don't know how. Ball just bouncing everywhere. Savinho on the run there. Savinho on the run. Savinho has to keep the ball, and he does. Haaland scores! Wow! Erling Haaland scores! The Savinho assist, and it's Erling Haaland goal. Haaland scores again. Wow! He's not been at his best today, Erling Haaland, but he still scores. Wow! Good goal, I must say, good goal. Savinho done well there. Nothing extraordinary, nothing special, but the run was good from Savinho. He's been positive in his running since the last two games. Clearly on side, Haaland. Savinho does very well there. He's clearly on side there, Erling Haaland. Haaland's moved on to 20. Is it 19 or is it 20? I've just lost count of the goals. But again, not his best day, and still he scores two goals and gives an assist. City scored three goals and is involved in all the three of them. Brilliant from Erling Haaland. Bournemouth score a goal against Burnley. Semenyo scores for Bournemouth. So finally a goal, 1-0. Bournemouth 1, Burnley nil. O'Reilly does well. I think the game would have been finished if he would have started Semenyo. But because the space was always on the wings, and if West Ham doubled up on one of our wingers, I just think Sharky Ford and Gonzalez to the midfield, Nico Gonzalez to the midfield would have been unplayable. But it's interesting. Nunez is playing central midfield now. Wow, he's providing us an option there, which is superb. Haaland's on a hat trick. This is excellent from Nico O'Reilly. Erling Haaland's on a hat trick. Nunez is learning, is clearly learning. What a learning experience this is for him. Right back, he's played left wing here. He's almost getting there with right back. Now he's getting the chance to learn the CDM role. Wow, what a time Matthews Nunes is having, and this is the answer for people crying out for a replacement to take workload of Nico. This is what Matthews Nunes is gonna take that. Matthews Nunes is gonna take the workload. Haaland almost getting there, but the West Ham keeper gets first to that. I think Rico Lewis just wanted to dribble through everyone, but Rico Lewis is bulking up, to be honest. He's bulking up well. Haaland wants a hat trick. He's had a couple of braces this season, but I think Rico Lewis was well within his rights to try that. It's nothing. It's a foul on Phil Foden. It's a foul. Sorry, it's a foul by Phil Foden. Just his arms coming around Matthews Fernandez, I think. But yeah, it's a foul by Phil Foden. For 15-20 minutes, this match has been superb. Who is he? Is he? What's his name? The youngster coming on. Bernardo is going off. Played an exceptional game, Bernardo. Many of his games are so understated, but you just have to look a bit deep in them to realize that he is the tempo setter, which is such an important skill in games. Bernardo Silva is off, and Divin Mukasa is coming on. Good for Divin Mukasa as well. Got started in the Carabao Cup game, getting minutes here. That to good minutes here almost. He'll at least get 20 minutes here along with added time. Take 5 minutes of extra added time. So Good save by Donnarumma again. West Ham have had chances, honestly, but whenever there's Donnarumma, you're mostly going to concede less than XG. That is a given. I don't know why he's given a free kick to West Ham. We'll never know. West Ham are making a couple of subs. Callum Wilson is one of them to come on. Right, I think they will. I think it was Matthews Fernandez who was to come off, but I think they'll make the subs after the free kick, and Lucas Paqueta does well there. Sorry, Donnarumma does well there. Interesting is trying out Matthew Nunez in that CDM position. And Nunez can play there. He's played there countless amounts of times in the Premier League and he's done well. He's ran the midfield show. It's just that under Pep, just need a little bit of, I mean, absolutely much more of a learning curve, but that's it. I think he can do the job. Because when you're playing it right back as well, it's almost coming into the midfield, so he would have picked up a lot of points from there. Anyways, Lucas Paqueta is coming off. Interesting what's happening in Brighton Sunderland. West Ham are still attacking. I mean, even at 3-0, I mean, Fulham showed if you could get one goal, you can get 2 and 3. But it's interesting, City's last three results 3-0 against in the Premier League, 3-0 Sunderland, 3-0 Palace, 3-0 for West Ham. Wow. I mean, it's interesting in the last five sort of games, they have not scored less than three goals. Fulham was 5-4, Leeds was 3-2. So I think Newcastle was the only match where we just scored one goal, but after that, I think we have at least scored three goals in most of our matches. Look at Nunez there, absolutely superb. That is excellent by Matthews Nunez, the way he's controlling in that CDM position. Wow, he's playing very well in that CDM position, Matthews Nunez, and he's always got that fantastic right foot as well for his passes. Haaland is looking for a hat trick here for sure. Haaland is surely looking for a hat trick here. There's a ball on there to Erling Haaland, but Nico O'Reilly. Wonderful by Sabinho there. Excellent change of pace by Sabinho there. That is excellent. That is what he can do. Look at that change of pace. Wow. Wow, what a strike by Phil Foden. Good save by Sanchez, sorry, by Ariola, but the strike by Phil Foden's been absolutely nuts. Superb. Phil Foden's done well there. Wow. Good save by Ariola. But Savinho, the change of pace to take it around on the wing was absolutely superb. I think, unfortunately for Oscar Bob, he's a player who I have loved a lot as well. Semenyo comes, I think Oscar Bob will have to leave, I think, at least on long. I don't know. Savinho does well. Savinho has to cross it into the box. Savinho's being positive, is actually playing very well in the last sort of 2 3 games. In Real Madrid as well, when he came on, he was good. Back to Donnarumma. Sort of been a weird Premier League game week. It's not even half over, but Newcastle Chelsea, the pace of the game was outstanding. But then after that, you have Brentford Wolves. Savinho should have finished that, I think. Again, the pass, was it from Matthews Nunez? The pass was very, very good. Was it from Matthews Nunez? Or was some Rico Lewis, in fact? Guardiola had an outstanding game against Bowen today. Yes, Bowen had chances, but in general, Guardiola was very, very good. At 1-0, preventing certain chances. At 2-0, so he was good. A couple of phases of play, especially when City were under pressure, Guardiola is really growing into his role. And we must not forget, he's just 23, he's so young. He looks like a 35-year-old mafia veteran. Josko Guardiola, who has seen everything. He looks like a hard and battle veteran, to be honest. Who's 34, 35. Donnarumma. We actually have a couple of people who just like look like hard and battle veterans who have like sort of straight away you pick them out from, they have plenty of it, they've suffered plenty of battles and they've come out of it. Kushano, Donnarumma, almost Erling Haaland, but Kushano, Donnarumma, Guardiola, they just look like hard and battle veterans, to be honest. They don't smile much of the time. They are absolute champions on this. And Ruben Diaz as well, I'm sorry. Defense is just superb. Savinho there, he has to cross. Can someone put that cross into Erling Haaland so that he can get his third? City have West Ham pinned at the edge of their box. Good pass. There's no outball, and Nunez is doing an exceptional work there in that CDM position. Wow. Look at that. He's not even taking much time on the ball. He exactly knows that's all a result of the effort he's put on the training pitch to learn this position. Make no mistake, it's not as easy as he's making it look. Callan Phillips, the best English DM when he was signed, starting for the England team that reached the Euros, is the DM. It's absolutely struggled. So what Nunez is doing is not normal. Haaland, there is a pass on to Haaland. Could not find Erling Haaland there. Haaland will be disappointed because that was such a good chance to find him. Foul and West Ham get a free kick. Brentford 2 and Wolves nil. Lewis Potter. Wow, Lewis Potter scores 2 goals. I think this match, Brentford Wolves, was sort of a relegation six pointer to be honest, because I thought Leeds were too good to go down, and probably I think Brentford might have a chance to go down, but winning this comprehensively puts Brentford. I don't know, Brentford are a strange team. At least it seals the relegation of Wolves. Let us keep the clean sheet. Callum Wilson in there. He's on side. Wilson was on side. They've not played. The runs from Haaland have been spectacular, but they've not been able to find him. Can he get one chance to finish off his hat trick? Rico Lewis. It's a foul on Rico Lewis. It's a foul on Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis seems to have bulked up, but just a little bit more bulking up is what he needs, I feel. Again, Haaland just cannot get. Haaland just cannot get that pass. What is that? Pep Guardiola is not happy that the intensity has dropped. 5 more minutes to go, and Savinho does well. Savinho is just getting into the groove at the right time. Excellent from Matthews Nunez there. Pep will not be happy with that pass. West Ham make a mistake. Savinho gets the ball. Nunez, can they find Haaland for his hat trick? This time, still time for Haaland to get his hat trick. One goal for Haaland. Interesting, he's got 19 or 20 goals this season, and he's not got a single hat trick. I think in his first season he's had a record of two consecutive or three consecutive home hat tricks or something ridiculous like that. Yeah, had to give it to Haaland. Interesting. One month Burnley, 1-1 Burnley equalize. Matches are coming alive in the last sort of minutes, but yeah. Ah, Jasko Guardiola thought he'd scored there almost. Erling Haaland is through. Ah! Haaland thought that was his hat trick. Haaland almost thought that was his hat trick. Erling, big Earl, great ball from Phil Foden to release Erling Haaland, and it is almost a picture book finish there from Erling Haaland. Is almost, did he take a touch of the keeper? I don't know, but ah, Haaland almost thought he had his hat trick there. Wow. Look at Donnarumma there. Pep will not be happy with that, but it's recovered well anyways. Savinho does New Matthews Nunez does exceptionally well there. Can Haaland have one last chance? Probably not. And the ref blows the whistle. We won 3-0, but Pep surely will not be happy with the performance. City were clinical, but the performance was lacking. The performance was absolutely lacking. Pep will not be happy. Pep will not be happy with the performance. The only positive is Matthews Nunez played exceptionally well in that midfield. Matthews Nunez played exceptionally well in the center of that midfield. That's the only thing Pep will be happy about. Savinho's performance been good in the last 20 sort of minutes that he's played. Pep will be happy with that as well. So Let's just switch over to, I mean, it just seems that Brighton Sunderland is just going on exceptionally well. So let's see what's going on there. It's +4 and just 1 minute is up. Sunderland are just playing very well. Defeated Newcastle 1-0. Now drawing with Brighton 0-0. Ballard does very well there. Ballard does exceptionally well there. And Sunderland are on the attack now. This game is just going end to end. And I also have a keen eye on this because I have Robin Reeves as my keeper, the keeper of Sunderland. So I mean the match is going end to end. 93rd minute. I think it's Mitoma skipping into the box. Robin Reeves collects it. Yasin Ayari with the shot. It's a ball forward for Sunderland, but I have Shaka in my fantasy team. But let's see. And that's it. It's 0-0. That's interesting. Yeah, it's 0-0. Sunderland, Brighton. That to Brighton home, interesting. Thought goals would be there. Bournemouth 1-1. Burnley. Interesting again. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me and good win 3-0 for City. Performance was not good. We got the win over the line. Let's hope